यस सर, बोलिए क्या बोल रहे थे?
एमसीक्यूज का क्वेश्चन बैंक भी बना के रखना इट्स वन ऑफ गुड प्रैक्टिस ऑफ एनी यूनिवर्सिटी ना सर.
Yes, yes, yes. And when you do is as per this difficulty index and what item analysis we are going to discuss today, it will be
Yes, sir.
really useful. It is really useful, and based on the criteria need, we can use it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think let's start. So I will be just sharing my screen and
Sir,
from. Huh?
just one more add-on, sir. Whether these question banks should be made public to the students or
Ideally, yes. Why I am
okay.
telling? For example, there are first year students. Okay, first year medical students, and in physiology department you consider that you have around 1000 questions or 500 questions, because as you say it is a question bank. Okay, when you say it is a question bank, it means that you have all the details
Yes.
and it is from all the subjects. So if any student know all these 500 question of physiology, what more we want from him?
Yes. That is the idea of education.
Yeah. So I think that is also one of the projects we can take, that use of question bank for teaching and learning the student, because they are going to mug it only. Okay. So let's start for today. Uh, I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
So MCQ's limitations. I think we have ended, or we have reached up to this level, and what we have discussed was uh, what you have to keep in mind, then what are the things you will remember when you are creating the MCQ, and these are the MCQ's limitation. Allows guesswork, allows chance correct. So, कई बंदे ऐसे होते हैं all A all B कर देते हैं. Then copying as well as construction is a time consuming. For example, you are creating 100 question, it will take too much time rather than putting simple uh, short note or long question or short questions. Okay, and MCQs are not suitable to test uh, ability to express as well as motor skills. Now regarding synthesis and evaluation, it is little bit possible now with the advance of technology. You can ask question with the investigation and everything, so he can synthesize the information and evaluate the information, and based on that he will answer. Okay. So any questions in a previous session of MCQ what we have discussed regarding STEM or any item or anything, methodology or different types of MCQ?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So now, as these were the limitations, what are the possible solutions? That for guesswork, what we can do? Negative marking. Chance correct can be reduced by increasing the number of alternative. Okay, for example, 4 की बजाय आप 6 रख दो, 8 रख दो. That you can decrease the guesswork. Then distributing the correct option randomly, because when you are creating a now when you create your MCQ question, just look consciously that correct question you are putting in which order, A, B, C or D, and you will realize that you have your own pattern of putting correct question at specific place. Okay, so uh, that distribution we should do randomly. Secondly, inform about the competitiveness of the exam, that if this exam you will fail, you will be able to do only this much or you will be scoring this much. And lastly, we have to improve our question after item analysis, that we will discuss today. And how to reduce the copying by grouping the set. For example, A, B, C, D, 4 sets are there. Okay, the questions order will differ, and so that you can do and use of computer lab. Okay, again in computer lab it has its own advantage and disadvantage. Right now we are using mobile also, but that also has its advantage and disadvantage. People are now using chat GPT in their mobile. Okay, so everything has its own advantage and disadvantage. What solution I found is reduce the time duration. If it is a simple question, we are giving only 20 seconds. So he has time only just to think, not to search. And secondly, when you are using technology, if he goes back or open another screen, your question will be submitted like that. And third is improve the quality of the question, that even if they will search in the Google, they will not find the answer. So case based MCQ will be of most use in case of all these problems. Okay. Now when we are constructing an MCQ test, we have to keep in mind following things: the number of item, how many numbers we want. Okay, and according to that we have to relate the time, we have to create a student group, test level and subject. What do you mean by test level? Can anybody answer? What do you mean by test level?
Test level is objective of the exam, whether it is a just a class as a class test or a formative, summative, or competitive exam.
Yes. So, absolutely right, sir. So, for example, I am teaching them hypersensitivity, and I want them that all of students should know this hypersensitivity. So, my test level, that is difficulty level, or the pattern of questions will be like that. So, that you have to keep in mind. Okay. And so, if you consider 1 minute per item, then you can keep single or multiple response type, or if though you are putting bigger case, then you have to give more time. So you have to validate yourself before giving it to the student. Okay. Then choice of the item, which type of item you want to keep. You want to keep it from the question bank. Once when you are taking from the question bank, you have to relate it with the subject and objective. Okay, what is your objective of the test and what is your subject? And lastly, you have to review questions before you put it to student. Okay. So let's think that how many choice should be ordinarily be provided in MCQ. What is the answer? Here it is 4. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
how 4? What is the logic of keeping 4? So there is one study. We will see it afterwards. Let me show you right now. This is the study. If there is a 4 choice and there are 50 questions, percentage that passes by chance is 0.01%. Okay. So based on this study, we have came to the conclusion that usually we can keep 4. If you want to further reduce, you can keep 5 questions. Okay. So this is the percentage of passing by chance. Clear? Now,
Sir, 5 questions, 5 choices, sir.
5 choices, sorry, 5 choices. 5 choices. Rather than 4, you can give 5 choices. Okay. So when you are preparing a question bank, marking policy should be decided beforehand, that +1, -1, +1, -0.025, +4, -1, whatever you want to keep. Declare it in advance, and also with the instruction, that what are the instructions you want to give to the student. Okay. So decide mark per item, deduction for wrong answer or for not attempting an item. That also you can keep if you want to keep. Usually we are not keeping, but if you want to make it more competitive, you can keep it. Okay. Okay, what is your answer? So this also we have to decide beforehand. Okay, as in NEET, there is a percentile rather than passing, and they give a cutoff mark of MCQ, and based on that they will decide who are eligible and who are not eligible. Increased use of MCQ does not guarantee more reliable evaluation system, although it may make it more objective. हर एक जगह पे MCQ नहीं चलता है, क्योंकि we have seen two things: they are not able to express what they want to say. Okay. And that's why usually we take a mix of the assessment method. One more important thing you have to remember: badly constructed MCQ is more harmful than a poor essay from the purpose of evaluation, since the response is all or none as far as student is concern. So if you are creating a bad MCQ, it is a very more harmful, because when you are taking an exam as an MCQ, students are also using the same thing as a learning experience. So if your all MCQs are badly constructed, they will learn bad. Okay. So this we already discussed, that possibility of random pass is this much, which we can avoid. Now this is also we have discussed that if a guessing is there, we can give a negative marking, grade 4 for the correct answer and score -1 for the wrong answer. Then if you remember, I have described one type of MCQ where you are telling that correct answer, are you confirm or not, or are you sure or not. If he says yes and he is sure, he will get 4 mark. If he says yes and he is not sure, he will get 2 mark. If he says no or wrong answer and he is sure, then he will get 0 or minus marking. So in this way you can also reduce the guessing. Did you get the last part or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, is there any example of these kind of marking done, sir? I have not come across this kind of
Out
questioning.
of India, in usually UK, we have seen one of the paper. If I will find it in my record, I will also share it with you. So in UK, in one of the exam, we found this type of questions.
Sir, can we mix this type of questions with regular questions?
Yes, yes, definitely. We can keep it. At least in internal exam, all powers are with us. So to
Yeah.
make student learn better, we can keep this type of exam, this type of questions.
Then any special instructions to be given to the student regarding the
Yes,
marking for that particular
yes, yes. We
question?
have to give that if you are correct and sure, you will get this much. If you are wrong and you are sure, you will get this much. That we have to give in instruction. So whatever instruction we are writing, we have to clearly mention that your answer is correct and you are sure this much. Your answer is wrong and you are sure you will get this much. So at least I think we can
Sir,
in
how
internal
about
exam. Yes, please.
sir? How about timing these kind of questions?
So their thinking is require more. So double the timing of normal timing we have to give.
Okay. Because
Okay.
our understanding is one question, 1 mark, and 1 minute.
So if you are giving 1 minute, it is more than enough. More than enough, because since for last 4 years we are conducting system ending exam, and so it comes around 10 exam with each batch, and one exam every month with 30 questions, and we have seen that students are able to finish that 30 questions in less than 15 minutes. 30 question is less than 60 minutes. So if you are giving 1 minute, it is a huge time. No need to worry at all.
Okay.
So now comes the validation of MCQ. As we have seen good MCQ, bad MCQ, and I think Dr. Anand is asked regarding uh, how we can say it is difficult, how we can say it is easy. So validation of MCQ. So there are few methods of validation, like pre-validation and post-validation. As we put in our questionnaire, that pre-validated questionnaires are given. Similarly, post-validation. So two are there: pre-validation and post-validation. So any idea about it? Pre-validation and post-validation? Anyone? How to do about it?
Sir, about post
Pre-validation
validation.
is, yeah, Dr.
Sir, please continue. Sir, please
Uh,
continue.
Pre-validation is something like piloting it to a small group of students uh, in a class.
Hmm. Anything else? Yes, definitely
Sir,
that can be
post
done.
validation. Sir, post validation is after the preparation by a faculty, a group of experts are going to validate whether it has been done correctly or not.
So in post validation that also can be done, but there are methods which we call it as item analysis. Okay, so that is the name of item analysis. We are going to learn it today. So pre-validation of MCQ, 3 to 4 members, minimum 2 subject expert. What they will check? They will check the relevance of the item, कि मुझे जो ऑब्जेक्टिव के लिए पूछना है वही मैं पूछ रहा हूँ कि नहीं. क्लैरिटी एंड अप्रोप्रिएटनेस ऑफ द स्टेम हमने जो देखा था, इफ यू रिमेंबर दैट इट शुड नॉट बी टू मच नेगेटिव, it should not have some word which are repetitive. If it is there in the option, we will keep it to stem, like that. Then plausibility of the distractor means distractor is actually distractor or not. Grammar of construction, accuracy of the key, level of expected difficulty, and taxonomy level being tested. So these are the things you have to check in case of pre-validation of MCQ. Okay, in case of pre-validation of MCQ.
So this is being given to the faculty before he prepares it. These are this type of instructions being given.
No. Once you prepare in your MCQ, it should be these questions should be given to the expert, and they have to check all these things in your the question created by you.
Then why it is called pre-validation, sir?
Because yet it is not given to the student.
Okay, okay. So this is validation before examination and after examination. Okay. All right.
Sir,
Before
so
examination.
pre-validation is to check whether the questions are correct or not. Okay.
ऐसा ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि एग्जाम खत्म हो गई बाद में पता चला कि एक आंसर की गलत है.
Okay, okay.
Sir, can we do the pre-validation with 2 students?
But then
Whether
if you
the-
give the question to the student, then your question paper will be exposed.
Okay, no, that is there, sir.
So rather you do
Because
it to the faculty
because
or
what we
faculty.
are and no sir, what we are giving to the student, they should understand, no sir. From their point of view, also we have to check.
Yeah, that you can check, but that will come as a.
But ma'am, how that is going to create a bias, no, ma'am?
No. See, you have to check it. You have to mute your mic because otherwise it will happen. So in pre-validation, these are the things you can do. What you said that student are also understanding or not. So for that you have to do post-validation. Once they have given the exam and you are doing the validation, that is known as post-validation. So when you go for the summative exam, you have a question bank which are post-validated also. Are you getting my sentence? So any
Yes, sir.
MCQ
Yes, sir.
you are using in summative assessment should be post-validated also. So you have used it during formative assessment, you have done pre-validation, you have done post-validation, and now you are using that MCQ bank for your summative exam.
Sir, in competitive examination like NEET, are the questions pre-validated usually?
Yeah, see, I am a part of MCQ task force for this NEET exam. So what we have done and observed that, for example, NB is inviting us to create an MCQ. So they will invite 3 of us. We have to put our laptop, computer, mobile, everything outside. Not even book also. They will provide everything to us to maintain the
Secret.
confidentiality. Then 3 of us will create an MCQ. Once we create an MCQ, they will invite other 3 people, other 3 experts of our own subject. They will give our MCQs to them and they will validate it. So this is the way they are validating in NEET. And every year as NEET passes, they are doing post validation also. Does it answer your question?
Yes, sir. Post-validation is based on the results. They will do each item analysis, sir.
Yes. So
It is
right
done.
now softwares are available. So once you will finish it off, you will get item analysis.
Okay.
Okay. So should we go to the next? Any questions regarding pre-validation?
I think myself and Arun, we got it mixed up. Like he talked about pre-validation, I talked about post-validation.
Yeah. So it will be more clear once we finish the post validation.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the thing you have to do before you give your student to the MCQ to the student, and after you create an MCQ. Okay. Once you have created an MCQ, this process will take place. That is known as pre-validation of MCQ before giving to the student. Okay. So what are the checklists for the item? So this you can keep in mind. You can take a screenshot. That item as a whole. Item is whole MCQ. Is the direction clear? Is each item wholly independent of others? Are the unrelated details are eliminated? Thus, the item tests an important learning outcome or objective or competency or important content area. Is it a specific or non-specific? Is it a brief and not too much involved? Is the level of difficulty is appropriate? So this you can do only when the question is once post validated also. Then and then you are able to answer this question properly. What is the appropriate time for the item? Are there clues which suggest the correct answer? So means distractor is effective or not? Are negative statement used with the care and appropriate emphasis, means bold and underline? Okay, and is the type of item the best one for the particular point or problem? So these are the checklist you can use for items. Now for the STEM, is it a clear, concise and unambiguous? Does it ask for an opinion? Does it contain a complaint sentence or an idea, not merely a single word? Does it is a vague expression like fairly high, considerably greater? So these are the vague expression you should avoid in the STEM. Are all common elements placed in the STEM? Are words like never, always, usually, sometime used with the caution? And are double negative avoided? This you have to check in the STEM. So this was regarding whole item. This is regarding STEM. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now regarding key, it is undeniable the only correct response. See, we are asking about key, not alternative. This is regarding the key. Are letters corresponding to the key equally distributed? Is key to an item provided by data in another item? Also, it happens sometime that you ask one question, it has an answer in another question. Okay, it has been seen sometime. So you have to see that you are not giving answer in your another question. Is care taken not to use the word in a key which are synonyms or very similar to words in the STEM? So you have to check this when you are checking the key. And lastly, options. Are they logical and plausible? Okay. Are they parallel and homogeneous? Are options wherever appropriate arranged in the numerical order? Means 0, 5, 7 and 10. Not like a 0, 10, 7 and 5. Okay. Do all options complement the STEM grammatically? Are all distractors functional? So this you have to see in options. Is it ensured that when several different items are based on the same data, it is not necessary for a candidate to answer one question correctly to obtain the correct answer of the another? Okay, this you have to keep in mind. Are you getting this? Point number 6.
Can you clarify, sir?
For example, I am asking them 2 questions. So your option should not be such that if I answer first question and if my answer is correct, then I am able to answer the second question.
Okay.
Okay. Is care exercised in using all of above or none of the above as a distractor? And lastly, in matching items, are number of responses sufficiently larger so that the last of their premises can still have more than one options? Are you getting this? We have seen in matching that on one side there are 4, on one side there are 6, not exactly 4. Otherwise what will happen that in 4 matching type, if I will 3 match perfectly, then 4th will be automatically matched.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in matching item, second side should have more options than the question. Okay, so these are the checklist for item, stem, key and options. Okay, now once you give to the student, it leads to item analysis, and it is also known as a post validation. Okay, is it clear up to this point? So now we will go for a item analysis.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so anybody having an idea of item analysis?
Is there something like we will arrive at some value like delta or something? Delta or
You,
each item will have some value, sir, at the end
yes,
of the
they
analysis.
have values. Yes. So usually I start my presentation with the movie clips, but right now I have searched, but I haven't get it because the name is item analysis. So we have item songs in the movie. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah.
There will
So
be any analysis.
so people are analyzing that. So here also we are analyzing our item. That is whole question. Okay. Okay. So let me start my second. Okay. So item analysis. So what George Miller, you will find this person again and again. He said that it was the examination system. This is to emphasize that why item analysis is important. It was the examination system rather than the educational objective, curriculum organization or instructional technique that had the most profound impact on student learning. All of you are agreeing with this sentence?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whatever type of exam you are taking, student are going to learn on that way. आपका ऑब्जेक्टिव कुछ भी हो, करिकुलम कुछ भी हो, लेकिन एग्जाम जो भी होगी वैसे बच्चा पढ़ेगा. For no matter how appealing the statement of goals, how logical the program organization, how dazzling the teaching method, it was the examination that communicated most vividly to the student what was expected from them. कोई ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं देखेगा, कुछ भी नहीं देखेगा, एग्जाम में क्या पूछा है वही देखेगा. ठीक है. And so we want to do the item analysis. So at the end of this session you will be able to define item analysis, explain the procedure to calculate difficulty index, discriminative index and distractor effectiveness, review your own MCQ which you have created and make a value judgment on the basis of item analysis, and you can list the use of item analysis and advantage. So these are the things which we are going to learn in session. Okay, so MCQ are used more and more now to determine the progress, to identify strength and weakness for NEET in UG, NEET in PG, NEET in super specialty, everywhere we are using it. Okay. And further problem arises due to quality of MCQ which are contained in lot many books, because now lot many books are coming with the MCQ. Okay. That it goes without saying that if students learn from the faulty MCQ, learning may not be up to mark. Okay. And as we have seen, we have a pre-validation and post-validation. So this can be of whole test and of component. Okay. When we are taking a post-validation, it can be of item or it can be of whole test. Is it clear? कि पूरे टेस्ट का वैलिडेशन कर रहे हैं और एक एक आइटम का वैलिडेशन कर रहे हैं.
Yes, sir.
So for whole test we have a group statistics, and for component we have a item analysis. Okay. So what is a group statistics? We have given MCQ to the student. So again I would like to emphasize that post validation is after you complete your MCQ test. Clear? Now once you have given MCQ test, you are getting the result, and now you are putting these two lines that how many students have achieved how many score. Okay. If it is a 50 mark question, then 0 mark 4 student, 10 mark 8 student, 20 mark 15 student, or you can keep 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and these are the number of students. Okay. So for example, this is a 48 roll number and these are their marks. Okay, this is a demo result of the student. Now what I want to do, I want to create a distribution of total score. As I said, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, so it is like a bell shape. So if it is a bell shape, it is more or less okay. Okay. Normally it is, if we, as we say in the statistic, it is a pass. So distributed equally. Okay. So now all of you take one number, roll number 1, 2 can take group this one, 3, 4 take group 2, 5, 6 take group 3, and rest 4 take a group 4 and create a graph on your own. I will put the same in the WhatsApp also, and you create a graph. How your graph is looking, then you share in the WhatsApp group.
Sir, can you please explain one more time, sir, regarding that graph?
What you have to do is, you have to create a graph. These are the mark and these are the number of students. So in your roll number 1, 2 take a group mark of group 1, 3, 4 roll number take a mark of group 2, 5, 6 roll number take a mark of group 3, and 7, 8, 9, 10 roll number take a mark of group 4, and you create a graph. What graph you are getting, and then you will share in the WhatsApp group. Is it clear? I am just putting it in your group also. Awesome. Thank you. हाँ 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 So I'm actually trying to put so all of you share your graph in a WhatsApp group. So once you do it, I am just checking WhatsApp and we will discuss it out. So can we have few?
Fifteen students. 20
आप डॉट 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 बना देना है अपने को और एक छोटा सा ग्राफ बनाना है.
more students was taken. 7 marks 15, 10 marks 20. T student has taken 10 marks.
चलो किसी का हो गया. यस. चलो 2 लोगों का आ गया है अपने पास. नरेंद्र सर का आ गया है और शिल्पा मैम का आ गया है. सो जो अभी हमारे पास आए हैं उसको हमको देखना है कि कैसे है उसको. व्हाट इज द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक. Does it has a ceiling effect? Does it has a floor effect? Or have we done it properly? Because
Sir,
you see
overall
the graph. Yes, sir.
ओवरऑल देखा जाए तो अ, एक मिनट सर. On group 3 has got actually the ideal welcome,
Okay.
and group 1 also is having reasonably fair distribution. But group 2 and group 4 are one is skewed left side and another is skewed right side.
Okay. So let me share my screen again and we start discussing. So group 1. Who was in group 1? 4, 8, 15, 20, 4 and 20.
Sir, myself, sir, Arun.
All right. Good. No worries. So if we look at your question, your graph, it is actually a normative distribution that you have highest people with the middle mark 20 to 30 and
Yes, sir.
okay, now let me put this in an Excel file. Sorry. Okay, this will not work actually.
Sir, I have shared it in the WhatsApp group.
Yes, so actually this is the yeah, best way. Okay, so this is for group 1. So all of you are able
Yes,
to
sir.
see that highest mark is between 20 to 30. And so this we can say an ideal curve of the normality curve of the group 1. Now if we go to the group 2, now we will go to group 2. I am creating a graph for group 2. So what about this? What about this? Any interpretation?
The high values are skewed to the left of the peak.
See, the number is, if you can see, we can divide this graph into two parts, this student and this student. Okay, and if we look at these are the slow learners having a mark between 0 to 20, and these are the fast learner or high scorer, we can say. These are the low scoring student and these are the high scoring, and we have a fixed divide. From here we can divide actually. Okay, so based on the group statistics we will come to know that what is the quality of your batch. Okay, now let's do the third. Okay, here again you can see the characteristic, it is a bell shape, and so it is a good. Okay, it is a well distributed. Okay, and if you look at the 4, okay, this is group 4. Here again you can see a very good divide among the student, and there are this many number of students who are having a lower score and this many students are having a high score. So paper is not uniformly evaluated in the student. Is it clear from this group statistics? As a whole, either your paper is too easy because maximum students are having a 50 marks out
Yeah.
of all, okay, or your
So
key is
you are
wrong.
taking the marks, you are taking in a vertical column form or in a row format, sir?
So these are the marks 0, 10, these are the mark, and these are the students. These are the student.
Is there any ideal
Ideally we
statistics
said
which we should be?
no. Ideally it should be having a let's reverse it now. So this we can say more or less ideal that it is a equal distribution of all types of student. Bell
Sir,
shape
I have
curve
a
should be
question,
equal.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, are we assessing the question or are we assessing the student level of understanding the
So
question?
right now, when we are doing this exercise, we are assessing as a whole how your paper is. If you have 50 mark of MCQ question paper, how paper as it is, not an individual question, because this is a total score. As a whole, how was your paper? It was too easy, it was too difficult, or it is equally distributed. Okay, so if we take this one, it says that it was easy because you see only up to this point. If you take up to 20 mark, only this many students are having a less, so 5 plus 5 10 and plus few students. Okay, lecture Arjun think મેયર બેન લખી અથવા તો તમારી પાસે રાખો ને પછી આપણે મળીને ત્યાં ચર્ચા કરીએ. હા ને તમે પાસે જરાક okay. So if you can see, only we can see 4 student plus 4 plus 2, only 10 students were having a less than 20 mark, and if you consider 50% also, then maximum students are above 50%. So we can say that comparatively this paper was easy. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
As a whole paper. So such type of paper you are going to create when you are taking a formative assessment or you want student to learn maximum. Okay, so in that case
So
you
that
can
means
do something.
that the difficulty or easiness will be known after evaluation, sir. That means you say the question is set is easy or difficult based on the question answers or the mark being marking done by us.
So easy. So this is regarding whole paper. Now for question we have to go for item analysis. This is paper as a whole because you have a 50 questions. So out of 50 questions, 10 may be too much difficult, 10 may be too easy, 2 may be having a faulty answer, or there may be a few questions which are a problem in the distractor. Okay, so this is mixed as a whole. It will not give a much detailed analysis regarding MCQ. Okay.
Sir,
Now,
sir, do you mean to say that any given paper can be used as it is at some point of time in future?
based on the analysis,
Yeah, like,
if you have done the
yeah,
analysis, and
yeah.
if your purpose is matching this graph, then you can use it as a whole if you want to use. But what we usually do is we go for the item analysis, and based on our need we pick up the MCQs.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's go into the details of item analysis. So I hope this much is clear. 75% is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so now let's go to the understanding of few other things in this, that there may be sometime a ceiling effect, sometime there may be a floor effect, or sometime there will be a bimodal graph. Okay, whatever different graph we have seen. So if it is a ceiling effect, it means easy, too much easy questions. Are you getting? If it is a floor effect, it may be too much difficult. Then if the graph is a bimodal, it gives a characteristic of group, slow learner, or we can say having a less mark, less scorer, and outstanding student. Okay, there may be a too large a spread or too narrow spread. Are you getting understanding of this three third line?
Yes, sir.
And last is, now what you all can do is you are taking multiple exam, so just take a answer sheet, make a graph, and try to compare the score of the previous batch. See, in your previous batch, CCHP previous batch, one of the project which has been published now, the project was use of item analysis for creating an MCQ for creating a better paper. Are you getting the project? Use of item
Yes.
analysis to create a question paper for a better question paper. For example, your previous question paper doesn't have item analysis. Now you creating a question paper based on item analysis, definitely quality of your question paper will increase. I think someone's mic is on. We can mute that so we can avoid the distraction. Okay, clear? All these 4 lines are clear?
No, sir.
What is not
This
clear
too
out of?
large spread and or too narrow.
Okay. For example, let me go through.
Sir, can you correlate with the graphs?
Yeah. I'm coming to that only. For example, uh, if all students are coming like this here, okay. So for understanding this, let's go to the chart design and switch row and column. No, sorry. Okay. For example, let me reverse it. Let's see if I can explain using this methodology. So we'll use the same only. So what I mean, first line, let's see the first line, ceiling effect or a floor effect. Okay, so you consider this graph, this is the graph. Okay, now if you see that if all are coming here like this only, but still it is reduced, like if I put here 0, okay, so if you consider this is like a ceiling. Okay, are you getting that? If all marks are here, it means the paper was too easy, and if I will do opposite to it, it means floor effect, means all questions are here, so all students are at base, it means the paper is too much difficult. I hope you are getting.
Yes, sir. Now.
Okay, so if opposite is there, all will be on upper side. If difficult is there, all will be on the lower side. So it is a base effect. If it is a bi-model, means are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
So it is a very much divide of the group in a batch, that this is a one type of student, this is a second group of student. Okay, bi-model. Okay, and third was, so ceiling effect, floor effect, bi-model, too large spread or too narrow spread. Okay, ओके, सो ये पूरा फैला हुआ है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि 10 मार्क, 0 में भी 10 मार्क है, 50 में भी 10 मार्क है, तो पूरा फैला हुआ है. ओके, सो दिस इज अ टू स्प्रेड के सबका सब है. और लास्ट में अगर हम टू नैरो करते हैं, are you getting? So only this much is the score.
Yes, sir.
So best ideal is a Bell shape curve, which we have seen. Otherwise all this has some type of difficulty. For example, there are no student between 0 to 10. It means that all are getting a 10 mark. It means that these 10 questions are too easy. And similarly, we have a few questions which are too much difficult because nobody has scored more than 40. Okay, if for example, if we increase this here, if I put 35, like if I will put 40 like this, and if you will score more widely, then our graph will become too much narrow. Okay, because 50 will come here like that. Okay, so this is an interpretation of too narrow or too larger graph. So simply based on the data we can do it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Still any confusion? So I think you just try it with the one or two batch, and then also if you have some questions, we will take care of that questions. Okay, now limitation of what we have discussed till now is indicates problem but not precise identification. क्या अच्छा है क्या बुरा है हमको पता नहीं चलेगा. does not tell which component is responsible for this, and rectification is not possible if you are using the same question again, and so we have to go for a item analysis. Now what is item analysis? A statistical procedure to analyze a question, or we can say item, after administering a test to the group, and it has three things to check the effectiveness of the test question. So we are going to calculate three statistics. Okay, so why? It is to judge the difficulty in solving the question, it is to differentiate between high scoring and low scoring subgroup, and to see whether all the alternatives are functional or not as intended. Is it clear? These three lines are clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the prerequisite for doing a item analysis? Pay attention to the number of students and items. If we have a less number of candidates, less than 30, the item analysis will not have much degree of confidence. Okay, and if we have a less number of items, then also the reliability is not much. So ideally the question and a number of candidates should be more than 30 in ideal case. Otherwise we can do it for any type of question, no problem at all. Okay, now what are the factor will affect? Level of the student, are they all poor or excellent? Or if the mismatch between the test difficulty and the student level, फर्स्ट ईयर के बच्चों को आप सब क्वेश्चन फाइनल ईयर के दे दोगे तो क्या होगा? यू विल नॉट एबल टू फाइंड आउट द डिफिकल्टी लेवल. सी, primary is our mind. Primary is our mind, as asked previously, that when we are framing a question, more or less I have an idea that this is very easy question, this is difficult question. If similar question is created, then we can prove ourselves with this item analysis. Otherwise what will happen? I know that all questions are for fourth year and I am asking to the first year, then your difficulty level is going to be increased, and it is a bias. Are you getting what I am saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, good. So what we are going to get out of item analysis? One is the difficulty index. The question difficulty is the percentage of student who selected correct key. ये opposite है, थोड़ा उल्टा है. Difficulty index, number of students selected a correct key. Second is discriminative index. Indicate how well the question separate the student who knows the material and who don't know. So discriminate between A group and B group. Okay. And third, distractor effectiveness. How effective is the distractor? Clear? These three lines are clear. Difficulty index, discriminative index, and distractor effectiveness. Okay. Now what are the advantage? We have a specific data to improve the test item. अगर मुझे पता है इसकी डिफिकल्टी लेवल कितनी है तो मैं प्लान कर सकता हूँ कि इसको मैं कहाँ यूज़ करूँगा. ओके. यूजफुल इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर क्लास डिस्कशन, डेटा फॉर हेल्पिंग स्टूडेंट टू इम्प्रूव देयर लर्निंग, एंड इंसाइट इन अ स्किल फॉर प्रिपेयरिंग अ बेटर टेस्ट इन द फ्यूचर. ओके. नाउ हम कैसे करेंगे? नाउ प्लीज फोकस हियर. कैसे करेंगे? अवॉर्ड द स्कोर इन टू ईच स्टूडेंट. हमने जो स्कोरिंग कर दिया उसको रैंक देम इन ऑर्डर ऑफ मेरिट. हाईएस्ट मार्क ऊपर, लोएस्ट मार्क नीचे. ओके. नाउ अरेंज आंसर पेपर इन अ रैंक ऑर्डर. क्लियर? डिवाइड ग्रुप इनटू 3 सब ग्रुप, हाई, मिडल एंड लो स्कोरिंग. Select high and low, discard the middle group, prepare a frequency table. ये 6 स्टेप समझ में आया या एनी कंफ्यूजन है इसमें? एक बार
समझ में तो
So why to discard middle, sir?
बिकॉज स्टेटिस्टिक्स सेज दैट. वो क्यों करना है वो भी हम भूल जाते हैं, लेकिन क्या करना है वो समझ में आ गया. क्योंकि जो अपनी मेथडोलॉजी है वो ये बोलती है कि अभी मिडिल ग्रुप को हमको डिस्कार्ड करना है, अपर और लोअर लेवल का ही हमको काम है।
सर एक्चुअली वी डिवाइड इनटू ईच लाइक 100 मार्क्स का पेपर है तो 33 33 33 करके 33 टू
100
66
मार्क
को
का
हम
नहीं सर,
हाँ
स्टूडेंट का, स्टूडेंट को वी हैव टू डिवाइड इनटू 3 ग्रुप। तो अभी आगे हम चलो एक काम करते हैं कि वी विल डू द प्रैक्टिकल हैंड्स ऑन एंड सो वी विल
हाँ
कम टू
सब
नो।
100 स्टूडेंट्स है तो 33 टॉप 33 को अलग करना है और बॉटम 33।
यस यस सर, 33 33 33।
ठीक है
अभी हम देखेंगे कैसे करना है, ठीक है। नाउ वी हैव ये 6 करने के बाद, फ्रीक्वेंसी टेबल करने के बाद वी विल कैलकुलेट द डिफिकल्टी इंडेक्स, वी विल कैलकुलेट द डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव इंडेक्स एंड वी विल गेट अ क्रिटिकल इवैल्यूएशन ऑफ ईच क्वेश्चन एंड फाइनली वी विल रिकॉर्ड ऑल दिस डिटेल इन आवर क्वेश्चन बैंक कार्ड। तो सर जो बता रहे थे वो क्वेश्चन के सामने हम लिखेंगे इसकी डिफिकल्ट इंडेक्स क्या है, इसकी डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव इंडेक्स क्या है और डिस्क्रिप्टिव इफेक्टिवनेस क्या है, वो सब क्वेश्चन के सामने हम लिखेंगे। ओके, सो दिस इज फर्स्ट थिंग, डिफिकल्टी इंडेक्स। अब ये काम करते हैं, ये कैलकुलेशन के पहले हमारा जो ये डेटा है उसको हम लेते हैं, ठीक है। दिस आर द मेथड that how we will calculate the difficulty index. H plus L divided by T multiply by 100 express is percentage. तो क्या करेंगे, नंबर ऑफ करेक्ट आंसर इन हायर ग्रुप, नंबर ऑफ करेक्ट आंसर इन लोअर ग्रुप एंड टोटल नंबर ऑफ रिस्पॉन्स फ्रॉम बोथ द ग्रुप इंक्लूडिंग नॉन रिस्पॉन्डर। आर यू गेटिंग दिस?
यस सर।
Again we will do the hands on. These are thus the formula. Now discriminative index, H minus L divided by 2 multiplied by 2. Same, H is equal to number of correct response, number of correct response lower group and total number including non-responder. Okay, now ये हमने क्वेश्चन लिया, क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, Which of the following drug is contraindicated in narrow angle glaucoma? आंसर है ए, बी, सी एंड डी। अभी इसका हम आइटम एनालिसिस करते हैं, क्लियर। तो पहले हमने सबके स्कोर देख लिए, फिर उसको हमने मार्क के अकॉर्डिंग रखा कि हाईएस्ट मार्क कितने हैं, इसमें से 25, और फ्रीक्वेंसी टेबल बना दिया। ओके, रैंक इन ऑर्डर ऑफ मेरिट। ओके, समझ में आ रहा है? ये समझ में आया? ये समझ में आया?
सर आपने एक क्वेश्चन दिखाया एंड आंसर इज मार्क्स 16 15 बेसिस नहीं समझ में आया।
नहीं, देखो एक काम करते हैं, पहले ये स्लाइड समझ में आ गई कि ये टोटल मार्क है, वो समझ में आ गया आपको?
Yes, total marks against how many questions?
25. You right now consider that highest mark is 25. Out of that, these have this mark. Okay, clear?
All right, sir. Out of 25, they have cleared. All right, sir.
Okay. Now we will prepare a frequency table. कि 25 कितने लोगों का है, तो किसी का भी नहीं है। 24 7 नंबर का है, दिस इज रोल नंबर। 23rd है, 30 नंबर का है, 22 है, तो 26 का है। तो ये हमने पूरे जो बच्चे थे उसको हमने डिवाइड किया मेरिट के मुताबिक।
Okay.
ठीक है, क्लियर। अभी हम आगे जा रहे हैं, कि वो जो क्वेश्चन था, अभी हमको इसमें से क्या करना है कि 3 ग्रुप बन गए। ये जो रोल नंबर है उसके 3 ग्रुप हमने बनाए, हायर अचीवर, लोअर अचीवर एंड मिडल अचीवर। ओके, so out of 48 students, how many students will make up first group? 16. तो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, ये एक ग्रुप हो गया 17 अप। नीचे से 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. तो up to this bar and below is a lower achiever, 70 and above is a higher achiever.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
clear this much?
Yes, sir.
तो अभी ये 16 लोग हैं और ये 16 लोग हैं, इसकी हम डिस्कशन करेंगे, ये बीच वाले की बात करने वाले नहीं हैं हम. तो मैंने एक क्वेश्चन लिया, ठीक है, उसमें से हायर अचीवर में से ए कितने लोगों ने दिया, बी कितने लोगों ने दिया, सी कितने लोगों ने दिया, डी कितने लोगों ने दिया, ई कितने लोगों ने दिया और कितने लोगों ने रिस्पॉन्स नहीं किया. ठीक है, और लोअर अचीवर में कितने लोगों ने सही आंसर दिए. ये समझ में आ रहा है? ये पेज समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I guess.
Okay, sir.
अभी हमको क्या करना है, डिफिकल्टी इंडेक्स काउंट करना है कि नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट आंसरिंग द आइटम करेक्टली. तो एच में क्या आएगा यहाँ पे?
30.
30 आएगा. सी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. तो 30 आएगा. तो हमने क्या लिखा? 30. लो में क्या आएगा?
10.
10. हमने लिखा 10. और टोटल रिस्पॉन्स कितना है? 50 प्लस 50 इज इक्वल टू 100. ओके, मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 इज इक्वल टू कितना हो गया? 40%. ओके है.
Yes, sir.
अभी डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव इंडेक्स, डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव इंडेक्स क्या आएगा? डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव इंडेक्स क्या आएगा?
30 minus 10 divided by 100. 0.4. 40%.
तो ये 0.4 हो गया. क्लियर है? ये दोनों कैलकुलेशन क्लियर हो गए?
Yes, sir.
ओके. अभी लास्ट तीसरा हमको देखना है डिस्ट्रैक्टर इफेक्टिवनेस. एनी ऑफ द डिस्ट्रैक्टर इन आइटम विच हैज नॉट अट्रैक्टेड मोर देन 5%. तो अभी हमें इसमें देखेंगे कि लेस देन 5% कौन है? ई. आउट ऑफ 100 दो लोगों ने सिलेक्ट किया, मतलब 2%. ओके, सो ये इफेक्टिव नहीं है. ओनली 2% स्टूडेंट, सो इट इज नॉट इफेक्टिव. तो जब हम क्वेश्चन का कार्ड बनाएंगे तो ये पूरी डिटेल उसमें हम डालेंगे. सब्जेक्ट, ऑब्जेक्टिव, क्वेश्चन नंबर, अल्टरनेटिव क्या था, करेक्ट आंसर क्या था, पी वैल्यू, ओके, डी वैल्यू. और अगर डिस्ट्रैक्टर इफेक्टिव नहीं होगा तो हम उसको निकाल देंगे. इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
तो अभी आपके लिए काम आ रहा है.
सर एक क्वेश्चन है सर.
हैं? क्या?
Sir, to decide between the difficulty or not difficulty is based on assessment, that is after giving these questions to the group of students.
फिर से आई एम नॉट गेटिंग योर क्वेश्चन. कैन यू रिपीट?
Sir, basis of deciding whether it's a difficult question or a not difficult question is based on evaluating on group of students.
यस.
That means to say what we are going to tell a neat question or to the any National Board of Examiners that we have already discussed with group of students.
So, sir, this is
is it right that-
pre-validation or the post-validation, sir? This is what we have done.
सो व्हाट वी हैव डन इज अ पोस्ट वैलिडेशन. बच्चों ने एक बार आंसर दे दिया, उसके बाद हम कर रहे हैं.
Okay. So
So
after the
then,
exam,
sir, how is the confidentiality of the question paper that we have prepared?
See, that's why I am telling you that you cannot do post analysis for your summative exam. But when you are creating your MCQ bank over the years, you have done an item
Okay.
analysis of previous exams which you have taken by previous students. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप 4 साल से
Okay,
बच्चों
sir.
की एग्जाम ले रहे हैं, उसका रिजल्ट आपके पास है, उसका आप आइटम एनालिसिस कर सकते हो और उसके बेसिस पे अब जब नया क्वेश्चन बनाओगे उसके बेसिस पे बनाओगे.
Sir, each question that we are going to prepare subsequently do not require an item analysis.
See, if you want to create a perfect question paper based on your objective, you should have an item analysis of the item.
सर हम ऐसा कर सकते हैं ना
Hence, we are
सर, एग्जिस्टिंग पेपर्स अगर हमारे पास है तो
हाँ।
उसको हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को देके पेपर के एनालिसिस और आइटम एनालिसिस कर सकते हैं ना सर?
हाँ, आप क्या कर सकते हो, फॉर एग्जांपल मेरा जो पहला मेडिकल एजुकेशन का पेपर था, दैट वाज आइटम एनालिसिस ऑफ ऑलरेडी पब्लिश्ड एमसीक्यू बुक.
हाँ यस सर, एग्जैक्टली.
हमने
जो
क्या
ये
किया,
बुक्स है,
हाँ हमारी बुक्स अवेलेबल है. यू सिलेक्ट अ फ्यू क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ दैट बुक, गिव इट टू द स्टूडेंट एंड डू द आइटम एनालिसिस.
यस,
ऑलरेडी वो क्वेश्चन तो बच्चों के पास है ही.
unless we have the results we cannot do the item analysis.
Yes, unless you have your result, you can't do item analysis. So, what I am suggesting, that whatever MCQ you want to take in a summative exam, use it in a formative exam. For example, you are taking a 10 exam, and in each exam you have a 30 question. So, you have a group of 300 question. Do item analysis, and out of that item analysis, choose 30 questions in the summative exam. And not of 1 year. Consider this is the first year. Now in second year again you are going to take 300 exam. In third year, so as the year passes, your question bank become more robust.
got it.
Okay, your questions bank become more robust, and more confidently you will take the exam. Okay, so now let's do one group work. As I have given the group, again I am sharing the screen. So try to calculate difficulty index, discriminative index, and distractor effectiveness. So see the instruction. There are 300 students who appeared in the exam. So out of that, 100 are removed. So these are the top 100, these are the bottom 100. Okay, and this is the correct answer. This is group 1. So roll number 1 and 2. This is roll number 3 and 4. This is roll number 5 and 6. And this is 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and we have highlighted the correct answer. And NR means non-responder. Okay, so calculate it. I will also put in our WhatsApp group. So I am also going to share the this method of calculating. Okay, so I will stop sharing.
नहीं.
So once you calculate it, we can discuss. So once done, please let me know.
सर ये डिस्क्रिमिनेटरी इंडेक्स में n का मतलब क्या है?
Hmm? L is the number of percentage who have given correct answer in a lower group.
No sir, n discriminatory index n.
Okay. Okay, I got your question. n लिखा है उसका मतलब क्या है? वो मिस जैसे हर एक चीज का कोई सिंबल होता है.
नहीं सर, second d is equal to h minus l divided by n. What is n?
So total number of students, sir, in both the groups.
कहाँ पे मैं क्यों समझ में नहीं रहा? हाँ, n is
So
total number of students.
students in
T
both
or
the
n.
groups.
हाँ, it is a t or n. Sorry. It should be t actually rather than n.
Okay.
So that is total number of students, no, sir?
Yeah, in both the group.
In both the groups. So that is given as 300 students, no, sir? In the question.
Yeah, so total here will be 200.
200. Only the groups under consideration.
हाँ.
And sir, we have to calculate for both the groups, sir.
Your own group. Let me again share the screen. Okay. Who want to share?
सर ग्रुप 4 का बताओ सर।
बताइए चलिए।
ग्रुप फॉर डिफिकल्टी इंडेक्स
हम्म
दैट इज H minus L, तो यहाँ पे H is 10
हम्म
and L is 6,
हम्म
so 10 minus 6 is 4, 4 divided by 200 into 100, so it is coming to 2%.
Okay.
It is H plus L by N, no sir?
For
H
difficulty
minus.
index, it is a plus.
Difficulty
Okay.
index is plus.
Okay, plus, okay.
So it comes as 8%, sir.
Okay, 16 by 200.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And discrimination comes as 0.04.
Correct.
Okay.
And effectiveness of distractor, there are no distractors which is attracting less than 5%. So
So all distractor are
effective.
effective. Okay. So
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. Sir, I have a doubt.
बोलो.
Sir, when we check for the effectiveness of distractor, we have to take hold of only the one set, like 100 students, one category, that category only, no, sir?
Again, repeat the question.
Sir, we have to check for the effectiveness of the distractor. So it has to be taken from 100 students. In this category, we have 100. So 100 means
So here right now
5%.
you have 200 students.
Top 100
we have
and
written 300 students.
नहीं, लेकिन हमारे सामने जो है टॉप ग्रुप है वो 100 का है, बॉटम ग्रुप है 100 का है, ठीक है? तो
बीच वाला
100
group.
plus 100 is 200. So actually if you calculate 8 plus 8 is equal to 16. So if it is more than 10, it means it is effective. Out of 200, if they have attended more than 10, it is effective. Are you getting?
Sir, no,
Sir, once again, sir.
Once again, sir, because
5% means 100 में से 5 बच्चों ने वो सिलेक्ट एटलीस्ट किया हुआ चाहिए.
सर कैन यू टेल फॉर व्हिच ग्रुप यू आर स्पीकिंग सर? समझ में नहीं आ रहा सर.
Group 4.
ग्रुप 4.
so then what about group 3, sir? Group 3 there is
नहीं,
0.
ग्रुप 3 के
also
बारे में
there is-
डिस्कस करेंगे. That we will discuss. Right now we are discussing group 4 regarding distractor effectiveness. As per the rule, it should be minimum 5% students should choose that. So if 5%, so if you look at 200 students, 5% comes to 10. So is there any distractor which are chosen by less than 10 students? No.
no.
Yes,
There is
sir.
6, no, sir.
In the group 4A is chosen by 8 students.
8 students.
8 plus
दोनों
8, 8 plus
And
24.
All rest-
दोनों ग्रुप
8
मिला
plus
के
24, दोनों ग्रुप मिला के 8 plus 24.
Oh, okay.
8 plus what, sir?
24 on the other side.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
See, this is the 8 and this is the
Bottom
24.
group now.
Understood, sir.
60 plus 35, 14 plus 19, 10 plus 6.
Okay.
Okay, clear? Okay, now who is
Sir, what
going
about
to...
group 3 then, sir? 0 plus 5.
Now,
that is
yeah, who has calculated? Please let us know. Who has calculated?
Group 1, sir.
नहीं, group 3 anybody has calculated? Group 3 anybody has calculated group 3?
Sir, group 3 I have done, sir. But I think
बोलो।
it's wrong.
No, बोलो जो भी है बोलो, क्या फर्क पड़ता है?
Discrimination index is 0.58, sir.
So you did 93 minus 5
Yeah, sir.
divided by 200.
Sir, divided by 300, sir. Total number of students is 300.
No. It is of these two students only.
Okay. So bottom group and top group. That's it, sir.
Yes. So total is 200. Multiply by 2.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So here if you look here, so D is a 0 here, D is 13 here. So 1 plus 33 more than 10, 2 plus 17 more than 10, 93 plus 5 more than 10, 0 plus 13 more than 10.
More than 10.
So all are effective.
So discrimination index is 0.8, sir, for group 3.
Yeah, and difficulty?
So difficulty is
93 plus 5.
93 plus 5 by 200.
98%. नहीं
49%.
49%.
49, no, sir. 49. 49%.
ओके, अभी ग्रुप 2 में कौन बोलेगा? ग्रुप 2 anybody has done?
So what about distractor effectiveness? It is not there, no, sir.
No.
It is greater than 10, no, madam. It is effective.
Effective. All are effective. Yes, sir.
What about group 2?
Group through 51 by 25, 75 by
51 minus.
किसने किया है भाई?
Sir, group
76.
38%.
38%, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Difficulty index is 38%.
Discriminative?
38%.
Discriminative.
Discriminative.
0.5.
Okay, and destructor effectiveness?
Destructive effectiveness. All are effective.
No, sir. Effective.
All are effective, sir.
All are effective, sir.
Done.
There is D. Okay.
Okay, next group 1.
Sir, difficulty index is 5 plus 12. That is 8.5%. sir.
5 plus 5 divided by 100 multiplied by 100.
Divided by 200.
Divided by 200, na, sir?
Divided by 200. Yes, divided by 200 multiplied
200.
by 100. कितना हुआ?
So 8.5%.
Okay. Discriminative index?
Discriminative index is 7%, sir.
It will
That
be in
is
the 0.07.
0.07.
It will be in the point.
0.07.
in negative marks, no, sir? Minus.
हाँ, वो उसका
Sir,
analysis
it is coming
include हो
negative.
गया.
Yes, sir. 5 minus
Coming in
12.
negative, sir.
Yeah, it is coming negative.
Yes, sir.
इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? What is the interpretation of negative?
It is not able to discriminate students in terms
ऐसा
of
नहीं,
ability.
डिस्क्रिमिनेट तो कर रहा है वो, माइनस में डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर रहा है. मतलब क्या हुआ कि देयर इज अ सम प्रॉब्लम इन आइदर की और
Understanding.
or guideline has been upgraded and teacher are not aware of it.
Okay.
फॉर एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ मैं मलेरिया का. पहले ऐसा था कि 200 मिलीग्राम लेनी थी, अभी 100 ग्राम हो गया है, लेकिन टीचर ने क्या किया, पुराना एमसीक्यू कॉपी पेस्ट कर दिया और उसी को करेक्ट आंसर बता दिया. अभी जो हाई स्कोरर है वो तो बेचारे पढ़े हुए हैं, तो उसने देखा
तो सही आंसर दिया।
कि सही आंसर क्या है, लेकिन की गलत था।
उसका सही आंसर गलत हो गया।
हाँ ठीक है। और व्हाट अबाउट डिस्ट्रैक्टर इफेक्टिवनेस?
Not effective.
Sir, effective, sir. Sir,
A and B are not. A and D are not.
A and D are
Not
they are
effective.
not effective.
Effective.
sir, it's coming A, na, sir? For
Five
less than 5%.
5 plus 3.
Yeah, A is 3 plus 1
And 5
3
plus
plus
3.
1, sir.
and 5 plus C is 5.
No, D.
No, D is 5 plus 3.
So A and D are not
It
effective.
is A. A is not effective.
D
Ah,
also. D
Out
also
of
A, no?
200 students. So it is. We have to take it as
Less than 5%.
Yeah.
Correct, sir.
So anything less than 10 will be 5%.
C also 12 plus 5. No, 10.
No, that is
More than
फिर से
10%.
करो। Can you do it again?
A and B are ineffective, sir. A and D.
A, D.
क्योंकि लेस देन कितना आ रहा है? 10%.
Yes, less than 5%.
Less than 5%.
समझ
A
में
is
आया?
2%, D is 4%. Yes, sir.
हाँ, सो दोनों इफेक्टिव नहीं है। अभी हमने जो परसेंटेज और सब कुछ निकाल दिया, कहीं पे हमने 0 पॉइंट डाला, कहीं पे हमने 40% डाला। आप सबके पास आपके रिजल्ट है, तो इसका मतलब क्या है एक्चुअली, तो अभी वो देखते हैं। अभी ये क्लियर हो गया कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है वो?
Yes, sir.
एक तो ऐसा लग रहा है ना सबसे बड़े हेडेक है, कैसे कर सकते हैं? अगर आईटी का यूज़ नहीं करेंगे तो ये नहीं कर सकते, है ना?
आपने बोला सॉफ्टवेयर है अभी।
हाँ, सॉफ्टवेयर अवेलेबल है अभी ठीक है, तो सॉफ्टवेयर से ही करेंगे तो ये अच्छा रहेगा, वरना तो अपनी वाट लग जाएगी। तो ये अभी एक्चुअली कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ गया ना
Yes, sir.
कि कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है? तो अभी हम इसका मीनिंग समझते हैं कि इसका मीनिंग क्या है। तो ये था हमारा ये नाउ डिफ़िकल्टी इंडेक्स। अभी आप सबका क्या क्या आया था? ग्रुप 1 का क्या था? जस्ट लुक एट दिस। If your difficulty index is more, it means it is more easy. If difficulty index is less, it means it is too difficult.
Okay. That means more number of percentage of students are answering it correctly means it is easy. So ये percentage मतलब क्या है सर?
If it is
तो ये
50%,
परसेंटेज है ना आपका, जो परसेंटेज आए वही है 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 परसेंटेज ओनली।
Percentage is 50%. I mean, whatever percentage of students who are able to answer it correctly.
Yeah.
Okay.
so then if
That
it
is why
is 50%, 50% only are able to answer.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
are able to answer correctly.
Correctly. Yes,
Correctly.
sir.
Answer correctly. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That
sir.
phrase is important.
तो अभी मैडम ने बोला सर 50 आ गया, तो मतलब neither difficult nor.
Neither too difficult nor easy.
Okay.
तो फॉर्मेटिव में ऐसा क्वेश्चन यूज करना है सर?
नहीं, डिपेंडिंग फॉर्मेटिव में आपको क्या चाहिए, वो टॉपिक कैसा है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड है। तो यूजुअली जो यहाँ पे लिखा है, योर डिफिकल्टी इंडेक्स शुड बी बिटवीन 50 to 70 इन फॉर्मेटिव असेसमेंट, एंड एक्सेप्टेबल इज अप टू 30 to 70, नॉट लेस देन 30, नॉट मोर देन 70। ठीक है। नाउ रिगार्डिंग डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव इंडेक्स, आपका आंसर आ गया नीचे ग्रुप 1 का?
Sir, group 1 is 0.07.
minus 0.07 sir.
तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? देखो नीचे रेड लाइन में लिखा है, मतलब वो डिफिकल्टी डिस्क्रिमिनेट कर ही नहीं पा रहा है और माइनस कर रहा है, मतलब अपना कुछ गलत है। तो ideally it should be 0.25 to 0.35. Okay, so it is a good discriminative index, can discriminate between good and bad student. So competitive exam में हम ये यूज़ करेंगे, जब हमको रैंक करना है तब हम ऐसे यूज़ करेंगे. Excellent, 0.35.
तो 0.0 खराब है ना सर?
0.8
मतलब 0. मान लो 0.0 आ गया
तो पूरा हो गया, उसका कोई कैपेसिटी नहीं है कुछ भी करने का.
हाँ तो पॉइंट कौन सा बताया सर आइडियल पॉइंट?
आप 0.35.
अच्छा 0.35
मोर देन 35 इज एक्सेलेंट.
ठीक है सर.
Sir, your slide is not showing, sir. We are still at item analysis group task.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, ये क्या हो गया भाई?
Yes, sir. It's visible now.
Okay.
Sir, could you go back to those slides, sir? Because we have not, like you discussed, but we were not able to understand.
हाँ बस यही अभी 2 स्लाइड ही हमने किया. एक डिफिकल्ट इंडेक्स वाला किया था और एक ये किया था.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है. So low discriminative index means question is too easy or too difficult, it is outside the syllabus, confused word, wrong key, no correct answer or several correct answer. Okay, so low discriminative index है तो आपको मेरे को देखना पड़ेगा कि कहाँ गलती की है हमने भाई. ठीक है.
ओके
Sir, is there any way to check, sir, where exactly we went wrong?
नहीं, अभी क्वेश्चन में आपको इतना तो दिखा दिया, तो आपको ये 5 चीज़ें देखनी पड़ेगी. वो कैसे पता चलेगा? अगर आप स्कोर देखोगे, डिस्क्रिमिनेटिव कम है लेकिन स्कोर देखो, अगर सबके स्कोर अच्छे हैं, दोनों ग्रुप के स्कोर अच्छे हैं, मतलब इट इज़ टू इजी. अगर दोनों स्कोर कम है तो टू डिफ़िकल्ट. और फिर आपको अगर टू डिफ़िकल्ट है तो फिर आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि इसमें से क्या प्रॉब्लम है, क्या आउटसाइड द सिलेबस था क्या क्वेश्चन, या आपने जो वर्ड लिखा था वो गलत था.
अगर किसी ने भी अगर 0 students have got it right, it could be out of syllabus.
Out of syllabus or there is no correct answer.
हाँ, no correct answer. Correct.
Or maybe below also several correct answers. So that means that you will be able to find it out. It is not difficult.
Correct.
Okay. So when you are preparing any questions, so this is the way you can prepare. Excel फाइल में ऐसा बना सकते हैं कि ये ईयर में मैंने बनाया था, ये क्वेश्चन था और उसका ईपी वैल्यू ये था, इसका ये था, इसका ये था और ये था. ठीक है.
Please Bhuvan phone ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ.
So this is an example of good item. Discriminative index is 0.5 and difficulty index is also 0.5.
No, 50%.
हाँ.
50%.
So what is p value, sir? There? Hello, sir.
Where it is mentioned?
So p value, the just before slide.
Previous
Yes,
slide.
हाँ. This is difficulty index. It is
Oh,
also
p
known as
value
p
is
value.
difficult index. Okay, sir.
हाँ. And D
This
is
is not the
difficulty.
statistical p value.
We also, I also p value.
No, this is not a statistical significance.
Yeah,
This is
understood,
difficulty
sir.
index.
Understood.
And this is discriminative. Okay.
Done, sir.
So this is 0.5. This is 0.5.
सर लास्ट वाला क्राइटेरिया का सिंबल क्या है सर?
उसका कुछ नहीं है.
कुछ नहीं है.
हाँ. क्योंकि आप क्या करोगे, उसको आप स्कोर ही नहीं करोगे. अगर आपको पता चल गया कि ये डिस्ट्रक्टर यूजफुल नहीं है तो आप चेंज ही करने वाले हो, उसको रखने वाले ही नहीं हो.
आइदर यस और नो.
हाँ, वो आप उसको रखने वाले ही नहीं हो कि निकाल ही दोगे उसको, इसलिए.
यस सर.
व्हाट अबाउट दिस?
Sir, it is too easy.
Too easy and
And
not
So
able to
though student have selected
native
it
English.
A, but distractor need to be revised so that properly discrimination can be done. Or you can see here, high group and low group, you calculate these two. Out of 44, 5% means 44 का 5% कितना हुआ?
44 का 5% नहीं 1
दो कर, हाँ 2 कर सकते, 2.
हाँ 2
तो आप देखो कि बी ही 2% लोगों ने चूज किया है, बाकी सी किसी ने नहीं किया है, डी किसी ने नहीं किया है, ई भी किसी ने नहीं किया है. तो दिस ऑल आर नॉन प्लॉजिबल डिस्ट्रैक्टर एंड सो 98% has given the correct answer.
So can this question be made difficult by giving better distractors?
Yes.
Okay, आपने
Next
दिया
है.
है नीचे. That need to be revised.
ठीक है. What about this?
Highly difficult, sir.
And discriminative index is in minus, जो अपने में हुआ था ऐसा.
So the answer key is wrong.
Answer key may be wrong, or here see D also is not chosen, E also chosen by only 2. So these two distractor also need to be changed. Okay, so these things can happen with us also. Now, did most of the student attempt the question? This we already covered. 95% अगर लेस से कम लोगों ने अटेम्प्ट किया है, नो रिस्पॉन्स अगर ज़्यादा है, तो दिस कैन बी वन ऑफ द ऑप्शंस. ठीक है. इफ नॉन रिस्पॉन्डर आर मोर, no means questions are not attempted by the student, this may be few of the reason. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is just in last few slides. So item analysis usually feels like a tedious, time consuming, hard work, but we will use a Excel file to do it. But the advantage is detect technical flaws in the item, provide basis for the modification and improvement, provide usable information for class discussion, provide students to focus on the remedial work, aids selection of marker MCQ. ये MCQ हम क्विज में यूज़ करेंगे, ये MCQ हम यहाँ यूज़ करेंगे, ऐसे हम मार्क कर सकते हैं. ओके, एंड प्रोवाइड इनसाइट एंड स्किल टू प्रिपेयर अ बेटर टेस्ट इन द फ्यूचर. ओके, सो दिस इज एन एडवांटेज. And okay, this is the question for you. What is the answer?
Can we apply it to other assessment methods?
ये तो अभी तक हमने MCQ की बात की.
Sir, OSV. OSV.
Sir, can we apply it? Can we apply what?
Apply it means item analysis.
Item analysis.
Sir,
नहीं सर.
एक्चुअली कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इट इज़ अ लिमिटेड एडवांटेज, क्योंकि वो इतना ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी अप टू सर्टेन एक्सटेंट वी कैन यूज इट. हाउ? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू टेक अ लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन, शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन और OSP, as madam has rightly said, and you can just look at the score, because there is nothing like a correct answer there and a wrong answer, but based on the mark you can just means get an idea, not 100%. Okay, so you can just get an idea that your question is okay or not.
Probably we can, difficulty and discriminatory also.
You can just have a ऊपर ऊपर का हम बोलते हैं ना कि ऐसे ही थोड़ा पता चल सकता है. You can can't confirm. उसमें आप क्या कर सकते हो कि जैसे हमने पूरे पेपर का ग्राफ बनाया था, यहाँ पे आप सिर्फ वो क्वेश्चन का ग्राफ बना सकते हो कि सबको सब क्वेश्चन बच्चों के आंसर का मार्क कितना है, और उसका अगर आप ग्राफ बनाओगे तो पता चलेगा कि कितने लोगों को आया कितने लोगों को नहीं आया. तो सिंपली यू विल एबल टू नो दैट हाउ योर क्वेश्चन was too difficult or was too easy.
So,
इवैल्यूएटर का बायस आएगा सर.
नहीं आएगा ना, कैसे आएगा?
मल्टीपल इवैल्यूएटर से सर, बिकॉज 200 क्वेश्चन पेपर है, आंसर है, तो
वो तो आएगा.
वन एग्जामिनर इफ इट डज.
नहीं, लेकिन आप 10 एग्जामिनर है ना, अगर 5 एग्जामिनर है तो आपको वैसे भी पता चलेगा कि ओवरऑल क्या हुआ.
so we can take just a score of all the students and then assess, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So lastly, summary.
But सर tabulation का ये बड़ा काम हो जाएगा.
क्या क्या क्या?
Tabulation का ये बड़ा काम.
हाँ वो भी है. Okay. So last slide is session open for session analysis. Difficult था, discriminative था या क्या था? Okay.
Difficult session को आपने easy बना दिया सर.
हैं?
Difficult session को आपने easy बना दिया.
अरे भाई नहीं, we try maximum के पता चले सबको समझ में आए.
Interesting sir.
थैंक यू. एंड अभी इसका एक एक्सेल फाइल आप बना सकते हो, और जो सॉफ्टवेयर अभी आ रहे हैं उसके अंदर परसेंटेज आ जाते हैं, और लास्ट में आप उसका डिफ़िकल्टी इंडेक्स कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. लेकिन क्या होगा, वो सॉफ्टवेयर अगर आपको परचेस करना है तो इंस्टीट्यूट की परमिशन और वो सब चाहिए. रादर हम कभी एक दिन टाइम होगा तो आई विल शो यू हाउ टू मेक एन एक्सेल सीट. एक बार आपने एक्सेल सीट बना दिया, फिर उसमें सिर्फ आपको डेटा डालना है, आपको आंसर मिल जाएगा. ठीक है. सो दैट वी विल सी इन सम अनदर टाइम. थैंक यू वेरी मच. सी यू नेक्स्ट वीक. बाय बाय.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.
Good night everyone.
Good night.